strategies for trading and investing because people's mindset has to be different. And I've got crypto acronyms, but mindset is a big piece that I like to teach because you got to understand what's your strategy when you come in. Do you want to learn trading or do you not have time for trading? You just want to invest because you see it's going to be the future of everything. So that's where I teach you. If that's the case, one, dollar cost average, buying a little bit at a time, buy on a regular scheduled basis, but don't check the price 10 times a day because you can drive yourself nuts, right? So it's having that proper mindset. And even wallets, you get on crypto groups, and a lot of people that know a lot about crypto will be blasting some of these wallets like mobile wallets or even like Coinbase, for instance, right? But there's a place for everything here. It's teaching people proper expectations on each. And, one of the analogies I've been using a lot lately when I talk to people about wallets is like, okay, say you've got a Coinbase or a mobile wallet, say it's a wallet where maybe you don't hold the private keys. And when you don't hold your own private keys, that means the company does. So in essence, you don't necessarily own it. If something would happen to that company, you could lose it, like on an exchange that's not decentralized. So I teach people, but you want to keep a few dollars on there, right? You want to keep, I'll be honest, like Coinbase, I've got a little bit on there. It's not much, but I got a little bit on Coinbase and I can utilize it for different things. So comparing it to cash, like say you had a $10 bill, you'd keep it in your front pocket, right? You'd want to just, you feel secure enough that, hey, it's $10, I got it in there and I can use it. I can pull it out when I need it. Let's say that $10 turns into a $100 bill, then maybe you're going to put that in your back pocket in your wallet, right? Or a purse if you're a female, right? You're going to secure it a little bit better. You still want to have it on you in case you need to use it to purchase some things, but it's not just like, it's not just completely exposed. And then, of course, if you've got $10,000 in cash, you're not going to walk around with that in your pocket, right? You're going to keep that in a safe at home somewhere.
Unless you're buying Bitcoin at an ATM.
What's that?
Unless you're buying Bitcoin at an ATM, then be a little.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're getting there. You pull it out when you need to use it, right? I didn't just have that in my wallet at all times. So there's different expectations for different types of wallet. Cold storage wallets, yes, they are the best. There's a time and place to use them. So when people blast about, hey, I have a Coinbase account, is that okay? And you see people jump in on Facebook groups and they're like, no, you don't hold your private keys, you're going to lose your money, all this. There's got to be a blended average of everything just because there's use case for all. Some people aren't ready to hold their own private keys, let's face it, right?
I think that's an area that is kind of a struggle for me because I come from a tech background. I've worked in IT in my life and I've handled my private keys. I've done a lot more of the security, and I tell my friends about these evolving levels of layers. And I think it kind of overwhelms them. And that's something I like about your book is you kind of have these Pareto principles, like what 20% of each activity gives you 80% of the results. And I think, Wayne, that's a really good way to get people educated because you're not just focusing on, hey, these are technical levels that you're trying to indicate. You have like 10 or 15 different chapters or whatever they are that give you the highlights of what you're going for. And I think that's how you learn is you connect the spider web. You connect all the parts together so people can have education on that. And actually, I have a question. One of my buddies, Max, he's curious about this.
Sure.
His dad has cryptocurrency, and he has a wallet, and he's managed his funds pretty well himself. But he's looking for a specific wallet or a wallet that might be able to allow him to access his dad's funds without giving his dad access to his funds. And it's kind of a confusing management for managing other people's coins. And I know you mentioned cold storage, it can solve that, as well as paper wallets. But do you know of any electronic wallets that could maybe do something like that? I'm not sure. It's something I'm unaware of.
No, and I know you had sent this to me earlier, right before we got on, and I was kind of thinking and just trying to go through it. Not where you hold the private keys. I mean, obviously, I can toggle back and forth from multiple accounts on exchanges that I'm trading on. But then again, on those exchanges, I don't hold the private key. So in that aspect, it's kind of hard to say. Now, from on a computer standpoint, maybe not being able to access the password or private keys, there is I did an interview a while back, and it's kind of funny. I'll tell you a little story about how I met this guy. In one of the crypto groups on Facebook, at the time I was making a lot of posts in there. So of course they assign different things like top, and so the admin of the group pulled a